Okay, so I got a coat of primer on the whole front end here, where I wet sanded it in the last video, and it is a very thin coat because I ran out of primer, or actually out of thinner. I have a little bit of primer left, but not much. But at least it's all one color now, the front anyways. And I did put it a little bit thicker over here on the side where I put the Bondo on, but it's thin everywhere else pretty much. So it's going to need some more primer and obviously blocking and you know, spot putting and everything like that. But I think it made the car look a whole lot better, and I'm probably going to start wet sanding on the doors today. At least the doors. If something, I might decide to do some other parts, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a clip of that right now, and we'll see how the progress goes. So I've got some areas of bare fiberglass here on the T-tops. There's a little bit here in the pitting, and then over here, and the tiniest bit back here on the rear part of the roof. And so you can't really just prime over that, or you could probably smear a little bit of Bondo on it, but my dad suggested I put a tiniest bit of resin, fiberglass resin, on top of that, and that way it just seals up the bare fiberglass, and then I can sand the resin down and put my Bondo and primer and spot putty and all that junk on top of the resin. And so that's what I'm going to do. But first I have to kind of try to scuff down, especially this one here, since there's still like paint and gel coat on top of the fiberglass, but just kind of scuff down the surrounding areas of it with some like 60 grit or 80 grit sandpaper, and then I'm going to tape off the area and just dab just the smallest amount of resin possible on there just to seal up the fiberglass. So I'm going to go ahead and sand, and then I'll come back and I'll probably show you guys the fiberglass resin application, I guess. Me putting on the resin. So yeah. So I got the areas of bare fiberglass covered in real thin coat of resin, and it's starting to dry up pretty good. I'm probably going to wait at least overnight, if not longer, before I try to sand them any, just to give them full time to cure. But it looks a lot better, and there's no bare fiberglass sticking out. And so I got all the big areas over there, and I got the gas lid thing there, little finger hole. All the big areas over here. And then I found one side on this door over here that I just put a little bit on. And that was pretty much the only places that I saw bare fiberglass. I probably could have done it up on the hood before I primed it, but I didn't think it was necessary. But in hindsight, I probably could have, but it's alright now. So, but I think what I'm getting ready to do is wet sand the door. Probably not the other side, like I said, so I can let the resin dry overnight, but I'm going to try to wet sand this door. So I just got the mirror off, and I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to dry sand this area up here briefly where the mirror was, because there's some cracks and areas that I need to kind of feather down a little bit with some 60 grit, so I'm going to do that real fast. Okay, now I can go ahead and start wet sanding this here. Wet it down good.